The Avengers are the foundation of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but the superhero group could have been very different. The main 6 members are now well established in their roles, but it was a pretty long process getting to that point, and many other actors were considered along the way. I'm Greg Elliott with Screen Rant, and let's take a look at all the actors who almost played the original Avengers. We might as well start with Iron Man, as he's the one that kicked off the MCU in 2008, but Hollywood had started thinking about an Iron Man movie as far back as 1990, and back then the one and only Nicolas Cage had his eyes on the suit. But comic book movies weren't really a big thing yet, and thankfully, that never panned out. It's well known that Tom Cruise was considered for the part, but he didn't get very far along in the audition process. Same can be said for Timothy Olyphant, and even Hugh Jackman was considered, which is kinda surprising since he was already Wolverine at that point. Sam Rockwell even threw his hat in the ring, and even though he didn't get the gig, he did go on to play Justin Hammer, the bad guy in Iron Man 2. Developing a Thor film was another idea that took off in the 90s, but that also didn't pan out. So Chris Hemsworth wasn't the first choice for the role. In the early stages, Daniel Craig was offered the part, but he had to turn it down due to his commitments with the James Bond franchise. Charlie Hunnam, Alexander Skarsgård, Channing Tatum, and Joel Kinnaman all auditioned, and even Liam Hemsworth tried out. Triple H, yeah, the wrestler, was also considered, as he does look the part, but apparently his acting skills weren't quite up to snuff. Chris Evans had already played the Human Torch in 2 Fantastic Four films and declined the role of Captain America a few times before finally signing the multi-picture contract. But if he kept declining, Marvel Studios did have a few other actors in mind. Okay, yeah, actually not a few. A long list of actors tried out to play Cap, including Channing Tatum and Alexander Skarsgård again, Garrett Hedlund, Dane Cook, Jensen Ackles, Scott Porter, Ryan Phillippe, and Mike Vogel. And before Sebastian Stan got cast as Bucky Barnes, yep, he also auditioned to play Steve. Sam Worthington and Will Smith apparently got the furthest along in the casting process, and even John Krasinski tried out, whom fans have been wanting to join the MCU, and there still might even be a chance that comes to be. There have been quite a few actors who've played Bruce Banner / the Hulk in recent memory. We had Eric Bana first, although that movie is not part of the MCU, then Edward Norton in 2008's The Incredible Hulk, which is, and he was set to come back for the Avengers, but well, that didn't quite work out. So it took 3 tries for them to land on Mark Ruffalo, who did actually try out for The Incredible Hulk as well, and he's now played the Green Goliath on screen 7 times so far. Scarlett Johansson made her first appearance as Black Widow in Iron Man 2 in 2010, but before locking her down, they also considered Jessica Biel, Gemma Arterton, Jessica Alba, and Angelina Jolie, and Eliza Dushku also campaigned for the role, but it's not quite clear if she ever actually auditioned. Emily Blunt had to turn it down due to other commitments, and Natalie Portman also missed out on the part, but as we know, was later cast as Jane Foster in Thor. Jeremy Renner's Hawkeye also first appeared in Thor through an uncredited cameo, but at that time there was no guarantee that he'd reprise the role in the Avengers. When Marvel was still working out Hawkeye's role in the MCU, the studio liked Jensen Ackles from his audition for Captain America, so his name was at the top of the list, but he ended up not being able to do it due to his scheduling with Supernatural. It's funny how Hollywood works sometimes and the crazy long processes it takes to finally arrive at an assembled cast. We'll of course keep you posted on any new castings for the MCU, so keep checking back with us to stay in the know. I'm Greg Elliott, and I'll see you next time. Peace.